Hey everybody, I'm DBS Central and welcome to another deck profile video. If you guys saw the thumbnail, you know that we're doing SS Rose Goku Black Wishes Fulfilled. So this is a wish leader. This leader actually has a different type of awaken. Usually you might have to be at 4 or less life and you can awaken, or there's other stipulations like maybe having a Unison out and then taking a certain amount of life and then awakening. With this leader here, you have to have all 7 Dragon Balls in your drop area, and then you can wish, which is basically the awaken. So I'll explain how he works and how the deck works. Really powerful right now. He came out in Realm of the Gods, and he's just a super meta deck. Everybody's playing him, and it's very powerful. It's a good yellow leader right now. So on this side, he is Zamasu. I'll explain what he does. He's got an auto. When this card attacks, you can add up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck and or life to your hand. Shuffle any areas you look through using this skill. So if you look through your life, you can take 2 Dragon Balls and put it to your hand, and then you got to shuffle your life, and then same with your deck. If you look through it, you got to find the Dragon Balls, 2 of them, and then you got to shuffle your deck, just so you don't have an idea what's going on. When your life is at 3 or less, or there's 7, I don't know why I just blurred out. If there's 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area, you may draw 1 card and place all Dragon Ball cards from your drop area to the bottom of your deck in any order, and then flip this card over. So basically, you want to get your Dragon Balls in your drop to awaken. If something fails or something happens, you have an alternate awaken where you can awaken at 3 life. So I will explain the deck. So first of all, we got our Dragon Balls. We run 7 of them. We run 3 just regular old school Dragon Balls. So this is basically a free draw. You can discard this card or play it for 0, and then once you play it, you can draw a card. Really good because when you attack with this guy, you're going to be picking 2 of these up. So then you get to draw 2 cards right off the bat. So really good. So we run 3 of those. And then the next Dragon Ball we run is the one that came out with Realm of the Gods to support this deck, and it is called I don't even know how to say it. Korikon? I don't even know. I'm not even going to attempt it. It's just a weird word for me right now. This card gains Dragon Ball in all areas, so it counts as a Dragon Ball. It's a 0 drop. So activate main. If your leader card is a yellow Shenron, Zamasu, or yellow Shenron Goku Black card, which ours is, you may choose 1 God card in your hand and send it to your warp. If you do, you can draw 2 cards. So this is good because there's certain things we send to our warp for our engine that we're going to need in there that we can play from our warp. So it's really, really good. This is a good card for the deck. Also, it is an extra card. So if you notice, it's yellow and an extra card. This is going to help us out on our next card I'm going to show you, and a few other cards after that too. So we'll start with our defense. First, we'll run our Floodgate. So we're yellow. Robotic Riposte is basically like yellow's topo for the most part. So you play it. You could play it for 1. It's got a permanent here, and it says if your leader card is yellow and your opponent has 2 or more energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each yellow extra card in your energy area or drop area. So right off the bat, because we're grabbing Dragon Balls and everything, these 4 Dragon Balls are actually yellow, and we're going to need them in our drop no matter what. So basically, this is always going to be 1 energy to play, no problem, because these are just extra cards that'll be in there no matter what. It's just how the deck works. So what this card does is basically you play it and negates the attack. You'll be playing it for 1 energy because of these cards here. And then when you play it, your opponent cannot attack unless he taps one of his cards to attack. So that means he can tap an energy, a battle card, a leader card, or a unison card to attack with a different card. So after like an attack, maybe 2, they'll probably not want to attack anymore because a lot of stuff will be tapped. Not only that, this deck will be tapping things also, so they'll run out of stuff to tap to attack. So it's really effective in this deck here because of the tapping, but it's basically topo for yellow. So then, because like I said, we have these extra cards in our drop always, this card becomes live often. So it's a blocker. It becomes a 1 drop if you have a certain amount of, where is it? Permanent. When you activate this card's counter skill from your hand, reduce this card's energy cost by 1 for each yellow extra card in your battle area or energy and drop area. So once again, you have these in your drop. This is going to just be a 1-drop. So it's a counterplay, and the battle card being played is played in rest mode. And then you can play this card and draw a card. So if they're playing a card, any battle card, you can play this card as a counterplay. You draw a card, and now that card goes in rest mode if it doesn't have barrier, and then you have a blocker. So it is really strong. I'm thinking about bumping it to 3 because every time I play it, it's huge on defense, and like I said, it's a counterplay to tap something, so it gets me out of whatever they're throwing at me at the time. So we run 2 of those. I might bump it to 3. Our super combos, which fit this deck pretty well because it is a Zamasu, is the Zamasu super combo. So it is a multicolor super combo for 0. They're always live, which is really good. So it doesn't matter what your life's at. And then when you combo with this, you can tap a battle card or a leader card. Really good defensively. Also, if you need to tap a battle card to attack into it, it's really good too because you could just wipe it out if you need to. But like I said, we're putting a lot of stuff in rest mode in this deck, which helps a lot of stuff. Like I said, it helps the riposte too because they'll have no stuff to tap to attack with. Counterplays. I play a lot of counterplays in this deck. It's more of a control-y version of the deck. We run yellow-blue. So I run Zamasu the Eliminator. So it fits the deck because it's a Zamasu. But counterplay, play this card, and the card being played, which is basically just battle cards now, it got errated. So the card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less. It's returned to its owner's hand instead. So if they try to play a battle card that's 4 or less, you can play this card, counterplay, and it goes back to their hand. And then it has a permanent. If you have another blue-yellow multicolor energy in your energy area, this thing comes in untapped in your energy, so it ignores the energy exhaust. So that's helpful too if you need a live energy and you already have a blue-yellow in there. Also, when this card is played, you can draw a card and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So huge. It does so much stuff. You draw a card, you put something in rest mode, you return something to somebody's hand, and if you need another blue-yellow energy in your energy, you could put it in there untapped, ignoring energy exhaust if you have one in there already. So it is a super good card, championship card. It was really expensive at first. It went down a little bit after the errata, but it's still just unbelievably powerful. Like I said, we play a lot of counterplays because we're going to be doing stuff on your opponent's turn a lot because we do have Aegis in this deck, which I'll explain a little bit later if you don't know what it is. But I run Champa the Trickster. This is a sleeper card. I don't know why more people aren't running it, but it's a counterplay. So your opponent plays a card, and then you play this card. That's the counterplay. And then if you have a multicolor card in your energy, which you will because you're doing blue-yellow, you can negate, you can lower the energy cost in this by 1. So it'll become a 2-drop counterplay. And then when this card is played, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch it to rest mode. And then you draw a card on your opponent's turn. So it's really, really good. It's also yellow-0 combo. So if you need an arrival or anything like that, you can use this card too. I don't know why more people aren't running it, especially multicolor decks, but it's really good. Ignoring barrier in rest mode can save you a lot of the time because Zamasu doesn't ignore barrier, unfortunately. And you're still resting something and drawing a card, so it's really good. All right, so let's get on to some of the Zamasus and Goku Black. So I run this one too. You just want some more because of your leader's ability. I'll explain in a second. So when you play this card from your hand, activate this skill at the end of your turn. If there's a card that is both blue and yellow in your energy, you may draw 2 cards and then choose 1 card in your hand and place it in the drop area. And then you can choose up to one of your blue or yellow energy and switch to active mode. So you'll play this for 2. It's a 15k attacker. And then when you say pass, you can draw 2 cards. You can put 1 in your drop area and you can untap an energy. So it only ends up costing you 1, but it gives you some filter and an attacker. So it's a really powerful card. But we use it because there's other abilities we can do with it. And I'll show you one right now. So like I said, when you're attacking with this guy and you get 2 Dragon Balls every time you attack, once you have all 7 in your drop area, you can awaken. And when you awaken, you can draw 1 card. And then flip this guy over. So on his awakened side, so its active main is once per turn, you could choose 1. So you could draw 1 card, or you could add up to 1 Dragon Ball from your deck to your hand and then shuffle your deck. So that comes into play if you're at 3 or less life, you might need to do it, or if you already shuffled your Dragon Balls back into your deck and did this other alternate ability. then you could get Dragon Balls back to your hand and try to redo the ability again. So, and then its last ability is you can remove 7 Dragon Balls from your drop area from the game. And if you do, you can play up to 1 Zamasu card with energy cost of 2 or less and indestructible from your warp. And then this card, the leader card, gets triple attack for the turn. So you get triple attack, and you can do a Zamasu with indestructible back from your drop area. From your warp to your drop area, which is really good because it'll start your chain again, or you start another version of the chain. And the Zamasu that we run that's a 2-drop is this guy here. So he's indestructible. He's got a limit 1. So you'll play this guy for free with your ability if you use the Dragon Ball ability. Or you could play him earlier on for 2. Not a big deal. And then you pay 1 yellow energy once per turn because it's limit 1. If your leader card is a Zamasu or a Goku Black, which it is, add this card from your hand to your warp. That's just an ability it has. If it's already in your warp, you need to get it to your hand. And then you can send this card. So active battle. Send this card and 1 Goku Black card from your combo area to their owner's warps, and then you can draw a card. So what you do is, say you attack with your leader. You can active battle combo with this, and then you could also combo with another card I'm about to show you, which I'll show you in a second. Well, let me get to the other card first. I'll do that. So, like I said, this gets played for free with the Dragon Ball ability on your leader's Awakened side. So the next one we play is part of the engine for this deck, and it is SS Rose Goku Black, Future on the Line here. So it's got a permanent. This card is also treated as blue, and it's got a limit 1. If your leader card is yellow, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's non-leader cards and switch it to rest mode. So that means energy, Unison card, you can switch them either one, and battle cards to rest mode. Active main. For 1 energy, any color, you can send this card to its owner's warp, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So like I said, we're resting a lot of stuff, so this will help with the KOing of them to get rid of some of their stuff, just to like make it easier on you. And then active battle for 2 energy. If you have 2 or more blue and or yellow cards in your battle area and or combo area, play this card from your hand or your warp. So you're playing it for 2 energy instead of 3. And when it comes into play, you're KOing something in rest mode and also tapping something. So it's really, really strong, especially in this deck because there's a little combo that gets done here. All right. So the next card we play is for Fuzamatsu Divine Condemnation. So this card is part of the combo. It's got Aegis once per turn. It's got energy exhaust. It's indestructible. It's unique. So it means you can only have 1 on the board at a time, and it's a blocker. So a lot of keyword skills. If you don't know what Aegis does, you discard a blue or a yellow card from your hand, and you can untap 2 energy, a blue or a yellow energy. So when this card activates its Aegis skill, choose up to 1 of your opponent's non-leader cards and switch it to rest mode. So that's resting another thing. Active battle, if your leader card is a Zamasu or a Goku Black card, and there is at least 1 Zamasu card and 1 Goku Black card in your combo area, you may play this card from your hand. So you can combo with a Goku Black, and you can combo with a Zamasu, and then you can play this guy for 2. So there's all sorts of ways to get him out. I'll show you a few of the combos in a sec. I'll just get over the next card, and then I'll show you. So he's really strong and a really good part of this deck, and it's a good part of the combo. It's really strong, and people don't see it coming. He's indestructible and a blocker, so he adds defense. But also, you can go in with him because he's a 20k attacker. The next Zamasu we run is Fuse Zamasu Exterminating Force. So this one, I have him in another one of my decks. I think it's the Goku God build, the Soul Striker version. This guy is meant for this deck. So what happens with this guy is he's got energy exhaust. He's got unique, which means you can only have 1 on the board at a time. So I only run 3. He's got double strike, indestructible, and he's a blocker. He's got an X evolve for 4 energy. You can evolve this onto a Zamasu with energy cost of 5. So that'll be this guy I just showed you. So he'll come out for 2, and then you could play him maybe next turn, or you can untap. We have ways, and then you could play on top of that. And then what this guy does is he's got Aegis also, and once per turn. So if your leader card is Zamasu or a Goku Black card, negate this card's energy exhaust in skills in all areas. So you could play him in your energy because of your leader being a Goku Black. He's a free energy, so he doesn't have energy exhaust, and he'll be a blue-yellow energy anytime you need him, and he won't come in tapped. When this card activates, Aegis blue-yellow, draw one card and switch this card to active mode, then choose one of your opponent's cards and switch that to rest mode. Now, it doesn't specify what kind of card. It could be a leader, it could be an energy, it could be a unison, which makes him really powerful because you can just tap out their last energy they're trying to defend with, and you can try to go for game. There's all sorts of options. He's really strong. And like I said, you'll be evolving onto him. Maybe you'll tap out 4 for it, but it's okay because you have Aegis. So you could discard another card and you'll untap 2 energy on your opponent's turn active battle. So it's not a big deal at all. So what you do is basically this guy gets played out. You could either play him for early on or you could play him for free with your leader's ability to get him out, okay? And you can send this card and one Goku Black card from your combo area to the owner's warps, and then you could draw a card. So say you combo with this Goku Black, you can send it to the warp and with this card here. And once it's in the warp, you can why is this so blurry? You could pay 2, and if you have 2 or more blue or yellow cards in your battle area or in your combo area, you could play this card from your hand or your warp. So this ability will proc off. It'll help you defend because you can combo, and then you get it to go away and to your warp, and then you can reoccur it anytime you need to. And then you can send it back because you have this ability here, active main. For 1 energy, send this card from to its owner's warps, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So basically you're looping it. You're sending it away, you're bringing it back, you're putting more stuff in rest mode and KOing stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. And like I said, this is indestructible, so this will happen. This won't be a problem because it'll always be out. So you can combo with, say you attack with your leader or any of these other cards. You can combo with this or a Goku Black. And if you do that, you can play this guy for 2 energy, a blue and a yellow. And once you do that, you're set up with a pretty strong blocker, but it also has Aegis. So for 2 energy, you're putting it out earlier, and you're activating your Aegis early, which is really strong. And you have a blocker that's indestructible. So when they block, they can combo as much as they want. It won't matter because it's indestructible and it can't die. So indestructible is a really strong ability, and it's mostly just contained to like Zamasu's and Goku Black archetypes. So it's really, really powerful. And like I said, you'll be doing that, but you'll also be putting this on, and this puts on the pressure, and it's a good boss monster. Like I was saying, double strike indestructible blocker with Aegis. So it's really, really strong, and people don't know how to handle it. The only color that can really mess with it is red, and if you minus everything, so this is 20k, so if you minus it 20k, then that gets over indestructible, and that's the only thing that can get rid of it. But with this guy, when he comes out, he's at 35k. So trying to minus something negative 35 is really hard. But some decks can do it, and it's powerful when they do. So you'll have to be playing somebody that knows what's going on. Unisons, I run I don't even know how to say his name, Rumshi. I think it's Rumshi. Universe 10 supporter. So it's got Empower yellow 2. So if this card replaces a yellow Unison card, it gets the counters that it should have got. So it brings over 2 counters. That's what Empower 2 yellow 2 means. So if this card has 4 more markers on it, when this card is played, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So that's furthermore KOing some more stuff in rest mode. For its +2 is place up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck to your drop area, then shuffle your deck. So you can play this turn too. It'll help you turbo out some of those Dragon Balls to get them in your drop area to make you awaken faster. So it's really good. And then it's -0 is you can play up to 1 Guatsu, which we really don't play in this deck, so it's not it's not relevant really. But then it just costs 1 from your deck and then shuffle your deck. So we do it for mostly the +2 to get the Dragon Balls in the drop area as fast as possible. And also when you play to KO something and you draw a card, so that's really good. And the Empower could come into hand because we play 2 more Unisons. If we just need to get another attack in or we have some extra energy, we can Empower over this guy. SS Trunks, Altering the Future. So it's a really good card. It acts as a board wipe. It's got dual attack 20k. So it's plus zeros. You can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. If that card has energy cost of 4 or less, you can negate its skills for the turn and KO it, which is really good. It's -3 is what we use it for mostly. You could draw one card, then choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO them. A lot of the times I will play this at 4 if I'm not going to play my Zamasu, and I'll wait till turn 5, just depending on what's happening, because it's very, very controlly, this deck. And then I'll play this to board wipe if I have an issue, because I'll put a lot of stuff in rest mode with a bunch of the cards I run, and then I'll just board wipe, and then it's just a good out if they start swarming me a little bit. So I only run 2 of those in case of that situation. Another really good card that we can run in this deck that's super powerful and another threat is Turles, All Too Easy. It's got double strike. When this card is played, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it, and then you can choose one. You can either draw a card, or you can choose up to another one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So you can either KO 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, or just KO one of them in rest mode and draw a card. So flexibility. Active main, if your leader card is a mono yellow Saiyan, which it is, you have 3 or more energy, you can play this card from your hand. So if you have 3 or more energy and you need another threat on the board, or you need to KO some stuff, or put stuff in rest mode, really, really, really good. So you could play him when you're at 3 energy, because our leader's a yellow Saiyan when he's flipped over. And then I play Supreme Kai of Time for my secret rare. It's really good. If I need to stop leader attacks, it's really good, and Unison attacks, obviously. The resting and the KOing of the rested stuff is really taking care of all the battle cards and everything. So it's just if I have an aggressive leader with an aggressive Unison that this comes in really handy. And then it's another board wipe if I need it also. So it's really strong. If you don't know what she does, she's a secret rare, so she's an ultimate. You can only have 1 per deck. And if this card would be removed from your battle area, you remove it from the game instead. It's a permanent that most of them have. Activate main, choose one card. What is it? Choose this card. Oh, well, first we'll do the active battle. So if they attack you, if you have 3 or more energy, you can play this card from your hand. And if you do, your opponent can't attack with leader cards or Unison cards for the turn. So that's really powerful. And then you'll say that'll happen on their turn. And then on your turn, you can use your active main, which is a 1 energy of any color. And you can choose this card in all your opponent's battle cards and Unison cards, and you can send them to their owner's warps. So if I have a pesky Unison, it's good to get rid of it with this. Also, all their battle cards get wiped too. So it's a really powerful secret rare. All right, so that's the build. I've had a lot of success with it. It's super strong. I win games. The Aegis starts taking over and getting crazy, and then you have a bunch of counterplays like this. Goku, you have the Zamasus, you have the Champas. So you're really controlling them, but at the same time, you're putting out bodies. So you'll be controlling them, and you're putting out the Champa, and the Champa's 15k attacker. So I might bump him to 4, honestly. He's really strong. He does a lot. Ignoring barrier is huge, you know. But the leader is really cool, really strong, and you know who doesn't want to play a Dragon Ball deck? You know, I mean, the last time that happened was sets ago, and there wasn't anything too powerful. But now that this guy came out, really good. A Saiyan Dragon Ball leader like Goku Black Rose. That's such a cool build. Like, I love it. The whole deck looks really cool, and when you play it, it's really, really fun, and it runs really smooth. But yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts on the deck, and this is my version of it. But thanks for joining me for another deck profile. If you guys want, you can like, subscribe, and feel free to comment. You can catch me on Facebook. You can catch me on Instagram. Also, I have an online eBay store, and I'll put that in the link below, like I always do. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.